Have you ever noticed how, in your 30s, success becomes something you're supposed to look like, not just something you quietly build? Not rich, not wealthy, just visibly okay. A decent apartment, a reliable car that's a little nicer than it needs to be, vacations that show up on social media, clothes that signal you've made it to a comfortable stage of life. And yet, behind that image, many people feel a constant low-level financial tension. Not panic, not crisis, just the sense that no matter how much they earn, nothing really feels secure. Let's step into a familiar situation. Imagine a 33-year-old professional in a large U.S. or European city. After tax, they take home around $4,000 a month. Rent on a modern one-bedroom, $1,500. Car payment, $400. Insurance, fuel, parking, another $200. Student loan, $300. Credit card minimums, $150. Phone, internet, subscriptions, $150. Groceries and basic living, $500. We're already near $3,200. That leaves roughly $800. From that come dinners out, clothes, short trips, gifts, social events, and the subtle pressure to live a little now that life is finally stable. By the end of the month, maybe $100 is left. Often, nothing. On paper, this person is doing well. Good job, good lifestyle, no obvious struggle. But financially, almost every future dollar is already spoken for. The hidden cost here isn't the car, or the apartment, or the holiday. It's that the entire income is organized around maintaining an image of a rival instead of building structural security. Let's put simple math to it. That $400 car payment invested instead at a modest 6% return over 25 years becomes roughly $275,000, not by luck, not by genius, just by not needing to look successful early. Multiply that same logic across slightly higher rent, slightly better furniture, slightly more expensive trips, and you're not talking about small lifestyle choices anymore. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in future freedom quietly traded for present-day comfort and social alignment. Why do intelligent people make this trade? Because the brain doesn't evaluate money in spreadsheets. It evaluates it in status, safety, and belonging. In your 30s, your reference group shifts. Colleagues buy homes. Friends upgrade cars. Social media turns normal life into a highlight reel. And the mind translates this into a simple emotional rule. If I don't keep up, I'm falling behind. So money stops being a tool for building options. It becomes a tool for maintaining position, not consciously, subtly. The job isn't just income anymore. It becomes identity insurance. The apartment isn't shelter. It becomes a signal of competence. The car isn't transportation. It becomes proof you're progressing. None of this feels reckless. It feels responsible, adult, normal. That's why it's so powerful. The long-term effect isn't immediate pain, it's delayed fragility. 10 years later, the person still earns well, but savings are thin. Career flexibility is limited. Stress rises with every economic slowdown, not because income is low, but because fixed lifestyle costs are high and psychologically non-negotiable. Financially intelligent people don't think in terms of, can I afford this monthly? They think in terms of, what future does this lock me into? They don't ask, does this fit my salary? They quietly ask, does this increase or reduce my options? They understand that real wealth in your 30s doesn't look impressive. It looks boring, liquid, understated. It's not about deprivation. It's about refusing to confuse visibility with progress. Because looking successful is easy to finance with income. Being secure requires space between income and lifestyle. And that space, that margin, is what eventually becomes freedom, resilience, and psychological calm. Not flashy, not dramatic, just structurally strong. If this way of looking at money felt calm, clear, and useful, you may want to stay around. You can subscribe for more conversations like this.